As a quick precursor to this episode, I would love to invite you to attend the autumn edition of my in-person event, Dare Greatly in the Coaching Arena, which will be held on Friday the 8th of November in Barnes, southwest London. It's a 5-minute walk from Barnes Station, and there's also a free car parking place on site. So it's the best of both worlds. We will be preparing and planning for your best ever 2025, and you will leave with that vision and strategy for your next 12 months with a newfound sense of connection and focus. We will be harvesting your present and planting the seeds for a profitable and joyful 2025, allowing your business goals to bloom with ease. I'm very excited to be bringing the warmth of the season and all of those beautiful colours and everything we can learn from shedding what no longer serves us and preparing for spring. Embrace the seasons of change and join me on 8th of November to Dare Greatly in the Coaching Arena. Do not worry if you don't know anyone. I will ensure that you feel welcome from the moment you arrive until the moment you leave. I cannot wait to see you there, and grab the link now in the show notes. Hello and welcome to Women in the Coaching Arena podcast. I'm so glad you're here. I'm Lott, a business mentor and ICF accredited coach, and I help coaches to build brilliant businesses. I know that when you prepare to enter the arena, there is fear, self-doubt, comparison, anxiety, uncertainty. You can tend to armor up and protect yourself from vulnerability. In this podcast, I'll be sharing honest, not hype, practical and emotional tools to support you to make the difference that you're here for. Dare greatly, you belong in this arena. Hello, welcome to the 77th episode of Women in the Coaching Arena. I am so glad you are here. I'm excited to cover this topic today because I was a guest on a podcast recently because they were amazed that I could sell a £3,000 service via a sales page. And they said, "You're not like a really famous person. So how is that possible?" They've never known anyone be able to sell that kind of product on a sales page without them being a celebrity. So I was reflecting on why this was, and the key to this huge success that has genuinely freed me up 10 to 15 hours a week of discovery calls is through case studies. Today's episode is on proof over promise, because I know that when I work with clients, they really do struggle with the offer promise. And you might be thinking, well, I don't think I've got much proof yet. So excited to cover both variations from you having an established business already and lots of proof to just starting out and thinking that you don't have much proof, because I bet you have way more than you think. Another thing that's had me reflecting is I've started working with a new business coach on really mapping out my processes so I can ensure that my business is as seamless as possible. And I've always had the impression that it's easier for business coaches. And what this woman said and what another person has said, so I've joined another copywriters program this month to really up my game on copywriting. But anyway, she also said, oh my goodness, business coaching is the hardest industry to succeed in. So I think the problem in my particular niche, which is business coaching, it really is saturated, and especially saturated with people talking a good game. So you will have seen the promises, how you can make this much money in a really short period of time, making it seem like anyone can achieve that result straight out of the gate. So now I reflect, it's really hard to compete against those services. And I have felt in the few years I've been working within this niche that I don't want to be a part of that. And what happened this week was someone emailed me asking about my program. I was able to say, I'm not trying to compete with those people that you see in the adverts when she was saying, like, are you going to guarantee me results and that kind of thing. I'm helping you build a real business, and you can look at real people on my website It's joannalottcoaching.com if you want to have a look. And I will show you real people linked to their website with their surnames. You can find these people online and real conversations with these people on their results. So I am not pretending that this is super easy and everyone has 6 figures in 6 weeks, because they don't. So imagine now 2 coaches essentially offering the same core service. Coach A has an incredible over-the-top offer promising the world and beyond. Coach B, on the other hand, keeps it simple but has hundreds of glowing testimonials. Who do you think is going to attract more clients? It's Coach B every time, and they don't need to overpromise because they have other people talking about their experiences instead of them overpromising. This is the approach I take to my business, and what I really want to share with you today is that it's about showcasing the journey. Yes, you can't guarantee that person will get the promotion, but you can say that is what we are working towards, and these are the kind of results that I have achieved working with people. So proof is always more powerful than promises. And again, this is why it can feel really slow when you first start your business, because you don't feel like you have any proof. But I guarantee you have more proof than you think. And if you haven't got proof yet, by the end of this episode, I will give you so many ways of getting proof that you can honestly have 10 glowing testimonials in the next 2 weeks that can really firestart your business. People have grown skeptical with the continuous promises, and they really want evidence that normal people like them can get results. So I'm not saying that a well-structured offer isn't important. It definitely is. But if you are struggling to gain traction, even with a great offer, your primary focus should be generating social proof, tangible evidence of your ability to help clients to make change in their life. So let's get into how we go into building this proof. Firstly, start small and over-deliver. If you are just starting out, don't be afraid to take on clients at a reduced rate or even for free. What you really want is to generate results and testimonials. For example, I held a women's workshop of 10 women when I first started my business. And within just that 2-hour workshop, I generated 10 amazing testimonials that completely catapulted my business. So this doesn't need to be having 6 sessions with someone and eventually in 3 months' time, you might get a testimonial. Think about how you can generate quick social proof. Also going above and beyond for these clients. When I first started, every single session for my one-to-one clients, I used to create notes for them, which I know that you are not meant to do. And I learned in my coach training, let them take responsibility. But it really did generate amazing outcomes. So I used to perhaps summarize exactly why they wanted this, what was their goal, what were their steps, what were their options. I would pick out their strengths, their values, and really make it super clear on a really nicely designed image what these highlights were. So they absolutely loved this. I mean, wouldn't you like to have a conversation with someone and someone send you afterwards, here are your 5 strengths that I picked out from today's call? I mean, honestly, no one's ever done that for me. I would love to know my 5 strengths. So think about how you can really over-deliver. You may not be able to do that going forward in your business. I definitely can't now, sadly, because I just don't have the time. It probably used to take me 3 hours for that 1-hour call to really go through the notes and make something amazing. But when you start your business, you can do amazing things. You don't have a squeezed diary full of clients, so you can really over-deliver. Those initial success stories will become your most valuable marketing assets in your business. My second point is to document everything. So as you work with clients, document their progress. Like, think about if you were a fitness coach, how amazing it is when you take that photo of someone before their fitness journey and how you take that photo 3 months after and you see the actual tangible results that they've had from working with you. I know it's not so easy to do that within coaching, but really think about how you can capture the before. So, for example, I do an onboarding form where I ask, where are you now? How much money are you earning? How many clients have you had? And then obviously at the end, you can do an after. I've had a new person join my program this month and I haven't spoken to him yet, but he's intending to do a tech coaching offer of some sort. So I'm really, really desperate for someone to create some sort of tool that generates the result of your coaching engagements. For example, when I did a CPT course, they get you to rate every single week on a score of 0 to 10 how you're feeling this week. And honestly, at the start of this CPT course, it was quite a few years ago now. It was probably postnatal depression now, thinking back of it, because my daughter was super young and I just felt really unhappy. And I remember the scores were 2 out of 10 as to how I felt at the start of that course. And honestly, by the end of the CPT course, I was seriously up at an 8 or 9 out of 10. So I think it's a really great opportunity to really think about how you can capture that journey and know that there will be ups and downs, hence why they get you to do it every week, because some weeks you will be down in the dumps and that's fine. So it's about the general trend of how you are increasing those numbers. My third point is to collect diverse testimonials. So some testimonials might talk about working with you as a person. Some might focus on the results they achieved. Others might focus on the transformation in general, as in where they were before and where they are now. They might focus on your process and what they particularly liked about working with you. So the amount of variety you can showcase will help other clients to see themselves in your success stories. My fourth point, which is something that has completely transformed my business, is to use video testimonials. Written testimonials are fine, but video testimonials completely blow them out of the water. They add that layer of authenticity that just can't be matched with a written testimonial. You may be saying that your clients don't want to leave you testimonials, but I can almost guarantee you, if you frame it right and call it a case study and ask about documenting their journey, it will gain you a far more likelihood of them agreeing. Next up is case studies. So even if they won't do a video testimonial, you can still create a case study to show that entire journey of working with you. Where was that client before they started working with you? What specific steps did you take in working together? And what were the outcomes in as specific, tangible terms as possible? These in-depth stories are really persuasive, especially if you can encourage the person to paint the picture. So lots of people will say, I feel more confident. What we want to do is exactly how is that confidence translating in your life? So we want to ask that question that's going to help them to paint the picture of, now I can walk into the meeting room and really speak up and say my point of view. So anything that is going to help that other person really connect in with exactly what they want and how you can get your current clients to paint that picture to really connect in with your future possible clients. Next up is leveraging social proof. This is something I need to do more often, and I've written myself a note for tomorrow to really start to do this, because I have forms, for example, I send my clients each month. I have a ring the bell channel in my Slack group, which says what's going well for you right now. And I don't really utilize these. And in this industry, which is filled with hyped up promises, what I really want to do is to start showcasing more so, yes, the case studies that people come to the end of their engagement with me, but the whole journey as well, because gaining your first client is a huge win, or having that first article out there in a magazine, or putting that first social media post out and gaining interaction and an inquiry. Like these small wins, I really want to start celebrating within my marketing, just like you will have social proof of people saying that they are really enjoying working with you, all of the things. Think about asking, can you utilize that social proof in your social media? You can anonymize it. That type of thing is totally fine. But screenshots are so much more powerful than a pretty Canva image. with you typing in what this person supposedly said. Remember, we are all becoming more suspicious in this online world. We want to hear real people's stories and see real results. Next up is continuously updating your social proof. Social proof from last week is way more compelling than social proof from 1 year ago. So make this an absolute priority in your business. I was fortunate enough to have a business coach who once said, what we really want is one of those websites where you just keep scrolling and there's so much social proof. You're like, oh my God, this is pretty much a certain. And that is what I have managed to generate from that one comment from a business coach. If you can really think about this as a project that you want to gain the most amazing results with your clients, then you will start to gather masses of case studies and social proof that will completely transform your business. Like I've said, this one step alone of asking people to do a call with them after working together has enabled me to sell from a sales page and sell more than I was ever selling before, because people can now see real people that look and sound like them. They can look them up, they can see that they're real people, they can hear their full story. So it really is something worth your time and worth prioritizing in your business. If you haven't got social proof yet, like I've said, just go out there, do whatever you can in order to get it. So let me quickly cover, if you are just starting out and you're still thinking, I just don't have this social proof, think about your own personal transformation. That is always the first port of call when you haven't got those case studies yet, because most people that I work with for sure have undergone the transformation that they are promising. Second, think about a test program of your coaching services. Be upfront about it being a new offering, and emphasize that you are committed to delivering results and that you will want a case study in return for this beta test. Third, if you have been trained or certified by a reputable organization, you can leverage their credibility. So, for example, you might be ICF accredited. You can, just by mentioning the ICF, build on their credibility. They have already built that up, and by you being ICF accredited, you can borrow that credibility. Lastly, building this up does take time. It's a gradual process, but just know that every single tiny step helps. Keep going, make this an absolute priority in your business, and it will catapult you to success. In summary, while social proof is amazing, you will not want to neglect other aspects of your marketing or offer creation. It will be really hard, even if you're doing it for free, to get people to give you a good testimonial if you haven't got a compelling offer, a clear message, a strategic outreach campaign. But by prioritizing this aspect in your business, you will be addressing that core concern of most potential clients, which is, can this person really help me? Promise me today you will think about how you can utilize and collect and showcase that proof today, and watch how it transforms your ability to attract and convert clients into your business. I hope you found today's episode helpful. If you are enjoying this podcast, if you are an Apple user especially, please do hit the name of the show, scroll down and rate and review the show. Do message me on Joanna at joannalottcoaching.com to let me know you've done it, and I will personally thank you for that. So, like I say at the end of every episode, trust yourself, believe in yourself, and be the wise gardener who keeps on watering the seed. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of Women in the Coaching Arena. I have a mass of free resources on my website, joannalottcoaching.com. That's Joanna with an A and Lott with 2 T's, joannalottcoaching.com. And I'll also put links in the show notes below. Let me know if you found this episode useful, share it with a friend, and leave me a review, and I will personally thank you for that. Remember to trust yourself, believe in yourself, and be the wise gardener who keeps on watering the seed. Get into the arena, dare greatly, and try.